Seeing the good in everyone, in the quieter corner of a large British city stood an old tram stop, weathered and forgotten. The wooden benches had chipped paint, and the tram schedule board had a crack running across it. People came and went in a rush, rarely pausing to look around. But there was always one figure that never moved. An elderly man with a scruffy beard, wearing an old, tattered coat, sat on the same bench every single day. His name was Edward, though few people knew or cared to ask. To most, he was the tram stop man, the weirdo, or simply someone best ignored. He never spoke. He read old newspapers, day after day. Some thought he was mentally ill. Others said he was dangerous. Most people just averted their eyes. Until someone didn't. Her name was Anna, a young woman who had just moved to the city for a new job. She came from a small village, raised by parents who always told her, judge a person by their heart, not their appearance. From the very first day she saw Edward, something inside her stirred. She didn't see a threat. She saw a story untold. On her fourth day at the tram stop, Anna brought him a hot cup of tea. She said nothing. Just set it beside him and smiled. Edward didn't react. Not that day, nor the next. But on the seventh day, he finally looked up and whispered, "Thank you." Two simple words, but they held years of pain, loneliness, and surprise that someone had finally noticed him not as a nuisance, but as a human. Day by day, Anna kept showing up with tea and kindness. Slowly, Edward opened up. He had once been a well-respected math teacher, with a passion for books and helping children. But tragedy had struck. His son had passed away in an accident, and his wife followed not long after from a broken heart. Edward collapsed into grief. Friends tried to help, but he drifted away, choosing solitude over sympathy. The world forgot him, and he, in turn, forgot how to live. But Anna listened. Not with pity, but with presence. "You're still needed," she said one morning. "Your story isn't over." Little by little, Edward changed. He began talking to passers-by, nodding to children, even sharing small jokes. Anna suggested he volunteer at the local community center, helping kids who struggled with maths. He was hesitant at first, but agreed. The children adored him. They called him Mr. Ed, and waited eagerly for his visits. The man who once couldn't bear to speak now stood before groups of students, sharing not just equations, but life lessons hidden within them. People in the neighborhood were amazed. Was this really the same man? What had changed him? Anna's answer was simple: everyone carries a spark of goodness. Sometimes, all it takes is for someone to believe in it long enough to reignite it. Over the months, Edward became a cherished figure in the community. He helped teens with homework, taught mental math tricks, and listened when no one else would. The same people who once ignored him now waved as they passed by. He was no longer invisible. Years later, Anna became a school counselor, teaching children to see with their hearts. In one lesson, she wrote on the board, "There is good in everyone. But sometimes, it hides beneath pain, silence, or fear. Look closely, and you'll find it. And once you do, it changes everything, not just for them, but for you too." And in the front row sat a smiling old man, proud and peaceful, Edward, the man who had once been forgotten, now helping others to be seen.